Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the campus of Utah Valley University, where we have North Dakota State University, the Bison, taking on the Wolverines of Utah Valley. I am Sam Allen, joined here by
Jason Talbert. Hey, welcome everyone out tonight. The North Dakota State Bison are here at Utah Valley University in the Lockhart Arena. Made the road trip to wrestle us, and we're just doing the lineups.
Yeah, so Utah Valley has two duels, one tonight, one tomorrow night. We got North Dakota in town tonight and South Dakota coming into town tomorrow night. Big matchup, 11th ranked South Dakota State, stud of a team. Great chance for Utah Valley to size up Big 12 competition.
North Dakota State having a similar season as Utah Valley, just coming off a couple wins to University of Northern Colorado and California Baptist University. They'll be stepping into the arena with two ranked guys on the lineup, coached by Obi Blanc. Talked to him before. Excited to come in and wrestle with us tonight.
Like Jason said, we're at the tail end of announcing who's in the lineups and doing the formal handshake before we get going here. There will be a couple exhibition matches, that if you want to hang on for the extra excitement, you're more than welcome to do that. But we're going to start off tonight at 125 pounds. North Dakota State's Ryan Henningsen going up against Jacob Carson of Utah Valley.
At 133, we'll have Case Mauger, Utah Valley, wrestling Fernando Barreto of North Dakota State.
Then at 141, ranked opponent, number 28, Gavin Drexler, going up against Hayden Drury. That's going to be a great matchup.
Yeah, Hayden just coming off a win against another ranked opponent, Wyoming's number 30 ranked opponent, so this should be good. Isaiah Delgado, 149, wrestling Max Peterson for North Dakota State.
At 157, we're going to have one or two wrestlers. We had two go out there for the handshake. Landon Johnson from North Dakota State and either Alex Emmer or Tyson Humphreys. I think Emmer is going to be our guy tonight.
At 165, after the break, there will be a match for Tanner Lofthouse wrestling Brendan Howes from North Dakota State.
After that, another ranked matchup, Caleb Uhlenhalt going up against number 18th ranked Gavin Sachs. That's going to be a great matchup.
After that break, we're going to have either Mohanrai Rushton or Jacob Armstrong wrestle at 184 for the Utah Valley Wolverines. He'll be facing off against Adam Cherney, freshman for North Dakota State.
And then we get our chance with our ranked opponent, number 17, Evan Bachman, going up against Spencer Moonberry of North Dakota State.
And to finish off the duel, we'll have either Jack Forbes or Chase Trussell wrestle for Utah Valley against Devin Dawson, a junior at North Dakota State University.
Well, tonight we're doing honorary coin toss. We're doing that, for those of you listening, these are the last, tonight, tomorrow night, and one more duel. Coach Greg Williams, after a long career here at Utah Valley, has decided and has announced his retirement. 18 seasons leading the Wolverines, brought the school their first wrestling All-Americans. Lot of respect and admiration going out to both Coach Williams and his staff. It's been just stalwart for us here in Utah wrestling.
Yeah, current honorary coin tosser out on the mat is Matt Finlay, former wrestler at Utah Valley University, Division I, lost in the blood rounds, almost an NCAA All-American, wound up ending his career early due to injury. Currently a third-year medical student going into neurosurgery. So good mentor for the young men wrestling in the program. Happy to have him out there.
All right, captain's coming out for the coin toss.
Evan Bachman representing Utah Valley. Referee looks ready to start the duel meet. Starting off at 125 pounds, representing the Wolverines, will be Yusuf Lilly. Excited to have him on the mat. He's tough wrestler, super stingy, extremely well fitted for the 25-pound weight class. Highly recruited out of high school, and then just coming off in the summer, he won in his age division a national title with in Greco. Good hand fighting, super heavy hands. Let's watch him wrestle.
Lilly born in Ensenada, Mexico, out of high school, Toma High School in Washington State. Glad to have him on the team. Little powerhouse, packed of dynamite. I've liked his style.
Controlling the center of the mat.
Nice
Some good
snap
pulls
down
there. Lilly does a good job of controlling that front head.
Yeah, super control on that elbow, pull that back, and then turns that into some motion. Almost to a shot. He doesn't fully commit. He holds onto that head. Elbow gets grabbed, and we get a reset.
Henningsen makes his way back to his feet. They're neutral again. Key focus for Utah Valley this match and tomorrow night, as well as continuing to wrestle in the third period. Push the pace the entire match.
Nice sweep single. He's picked it up. Looking to a treetop from this position. Control the mat. Keep his opponent moving. And nice sweep all the way to his back. Doesn't hold him there, but what a great finish.
Yeah, feet to back immediately.
A little bit of head whip there, right?
Looks like Yusuf looking to get that arm bar. He's working on prying that elbow out there on the side.
I think that's something, Chasen, to your point right before that takedown was, yeah, these close matches, we got, almost a bow and arrow attempt here.
Yeah, he's going to want to keep that left arm of Henningsen pinched across the back, and he lets it go there. But putting a tough ride on, he's got about 30 seconds of riding time so far.
I feel like, man, if I had that arm across the back, almost pushed to the back pocket, I wouldn't let that bad boy go. But he wants to move to a different. He goes to lift. He's lifting. He's going to return to his back.
Really
He'll return. Almost. Henningsen warned for stalling. Can't get his knees up underneath him. Crossface here. Wrestle on the edge. Now we go out of bounds. Lilly looks amped. He runs back to the center. He's ready to rock and roll.
We love the pace.
Oh, nice crossbody trip. Running this spiral ride. Another crossbody trip attempt, but not able. Henningsen hand fighting, scrambles out, and we gets an escape.
Yeah, that longer body type. We had Yusuf looking to lift, and Henningsen still on his tippy toes. Couldn't quite get him off the mat.
So being short and powerful, Powder Keg has its limits.
There's pros and cons.
There's pros and cons.
Utah Valley gets choice. He'll go bottom to start the second period.
North Dakota State is on a two-duel road trip here. They're starting tonight against us here in Utah Valley and Orem, and then they're going to head back towards North Dakota. They're going to stop in Laramie where they're going to wrestle the Cowboys in Laramie on Sunday.
Yusuf with the escape point here. Still has a minute 19 in riding time. Score is 4-1 for Utah Valley. Henningsen looking to force a shot, kind of goes underneath there. Look to sit the corner. Yusuf still in position there. Henningsen does have a lock.
Yusuf's doing a good job keeping his head pinned up underneath. It makes it hard to get any kind of position because your chin's tucked to your chest.
Yeah, that's a lot of weight to good morning lift, you know, with your head down. They'll call it stale there. 50 seconds left in the period. Both guys on their feet.
Yusuf not scared of that front headlock. He went to it again. Let's see if he'll go back again. A shot from outside, easily defended. Oh, Lily with a little bit of blood, so we're going to take a blood time out here.
They get him cleaned up. Coaches giving advice to their wrestlers.
Hey, Jason, I like the pace. Yusuf's kept it on the first, period and a half here. 30 seconds left here in the second. So, man, I'm liking what I'm seeing. Watch this replay here. This is that sweet sweep all the way to his back. Man, oh, man, that was a great finish. There's that moment as you have a leg high where if a guy's hopping, if I can time the sweep right when the guy's foot is off the ground, man, it's a great. Here's another return. That position, actually, when you do it right, we can actually return them, get some near fall, like a cheap tilt there. Nice heavy hands by Yusuf.
Henningsen's stepping up his pace a little bit here. As time winds down.
Oh.
Yusuf with the duck, not quite enough for the angle, and that'll be it for the second period. Choice goes to North Dakota State Bison. And he'll choose bottom. Kind of a risky move. I mean, Yusuf put a pretty good ride on him, almost had a turn,
That and I felt like his pace was kind of turning up there.
Yeah.
A takedown essentially ties this match up. Riding time is kind of a focus here, or a factor.
Henningsen quick to his feet, though. And he does earn the escape point.
It's kind of a far reach. Oh, nice snap down. Those heavy hands from Yusuf look good. Oh,
Henningsen with the shot from space.
Scramble attempt here. Yusuf's
no
caught a
score
leg.
yet. Yep.
He's got to get up on his knees and drive through.
Henningsen looking to his corner, saying, how do I score here?
Henningsen almost, I feel like, putting his leg over his head, turned this into a Henningsen crotch lifting and putting Yusuf up on his head as well. It's a good scramble, guys.
Yusuf does keep his composure here.
Henningsen has a cradle locked up.
But Yusuf not letting go of that lock. He's going to bury his head there in the shin bone and wait for the stale. I think the ref's about to, maybe not. Henningsen improving his position here.
This is tough here. Yusuf's got to get a knee up and try to drive through so he doesn't lose this lock. He's still got it, but he's got to relock, and he does. He actually turns it into some offense for himself now, but we're still a 50-50 here.
Both guys fighting, 30 seconds left in the match, regulation. Yusuf does a good job of hipping into him here. Now he's got a little better position, and then they call
stale. They call stalemate. That's an interesting call considering when it was looked like a North Dakota had advantage. We let that thing roll, and as we kind of started turning the tide, we went to that stalemate.
Yusuf wanting to be dug in here with his underhook, being a Greco guy, and Henningsen looking to push the pace. Last 15 seconds will be telling.
Short time. Yusuf's got to keep his level low, keep that position tight.
Henningsen reaching there with the foot off the mat. You'd think Yusuf would go for a throw. That'll be it for the match. Yusuf Lilly coming up with his first conference win of the season and putting Utah Valley on the board 3-0 with that decision.
That's a good way to start the duel. You know, I think Yusuf started real on fire. There was a little lull there, like right as we were getting down. That long scramble, that'll take it out of you. But he held on. We come away with the victory.
Case Mauger, Utah Valley, 133, coming out of Wendell, Idaho. Another Greco guy in his prep career. He goes straight to the Russian tie against Fernando Barreto.
Interesting, like underhook to the single leg, like a underhook single leg. That was interesting. It's hard to finish a shot with one arm, you know. Mauger had that Russian tie.
Barreto, extremely quick pace.
He's got it,
yeah. He's going attempt after attempt, and he's in deep.
Nice high C. See what he turns this into. Mauger with a crotch lock here.
Mauger feels somewhat comfortable in this position, and he's looking to sit the corner.
And he does. He's got to try to sink this in. He turns Romero up on his head, Barreto up on his head.
And looking to crossface here, and he
tries a chin whip.
He goes chin whip instead, but still no score. Both guys wrestling. Mauger back to his Russian. He gets that, fends off the takedown.
That was a great series. It's just both guys chain wrestling through that. Made it super difficult for either one of them to find that angle and that finish. Mauger with a hard snap down to a Russian, but then another scramble position.
These guys are wild.
Where Barreto ends up in another high C.
Mauger actually in scoring position. Crossface here. I think that's three. First takedown of the match.
Mauger with an Iowa right on the backside here. Arms behind the elbows. Looking to put pressure forward. Trips him down and immediately moves up. Any amount of time spent down on those legs, refs starting to count. You got a short amount of time to transition out of holding legs down on the mat. Chicken wing here. Running this down.
He's looking to get the turn here.
Oh, this is a good turn. This will be a turn.
And he sits his hips.
Oh, and a pin.
A quick pin. Yeah, guy was flat.
Yeah.
Mauger back in his old form. Barreto is still stuck on the mat. I think he might be a little hurt.
It looks like his shoulder is out of socket.
Coach Obi Blanc picks up his athlete, says, hey, let's shake hands. We'll figure it out after they get him off the mat. And that'll be 6 points on the board for Utah Valley, pinned by Case Mauger.
Not sure what was up. No training staff had attended to him. Maybe he's going back to be assessed there. All right. Well, hey, this is a good matchup.
In my opinion, this is probably the most anticipated match of the night. We got Hayden Drury nipping on the heels of being ranked nationally, coming off, like I said, a ranked win against number 30. He'll be wrestling Gavin Drexler, a redshirt freshman for North Dakota State, but he's currently ranked number 28 in the country with an impressive season thus far.
I was a little surprised with us coming away with the victory over Wyoming last week or 2 weeks ago that we didn't get a ranking out of this. A win tonight by by Drury is going to hopefully put us in a chance where we're in the top 25 there.
Yeah, I was just looking at Drury's. That's a stall warning, actually. He forced the guy out of bounds. But I was looking at Drury's schedule the next couple weeks before Big 12s, and he's got ranked guys every match. And they typically are in like the 20 to 30 ranking, but gives them opportunities to get some gravitas and some respect on the board before going into Big 12 conference.
You tell me, Chasen, how much does that, I mean, obviously getting ranked for a conference championship, what you do at conference obviously dictates whether you're going to go and qualify for nationals. So What does that mean when you're going up against other guys that are ranked? You're nationally ranked, but they're all in the same conference here. What does that mean?
Yeah, I think every duel matters, every match matters, but Drury in on an extremely good opportunity to score.
Reaches across to a double. He's got to keep driving through here.
And that'll be 3-point takedown. But
Nice
like I was
job.
saying, Sammy, yeah, every match matters, and it especially matters going into conference because of seeding. You want a good seat to get a good place, to get a spot at the tournament. So, which this year for Drury, after taking a break last season, he'll be back in. He is an NCAA qualifier when he wrestled at 33s 2 years ago. So moving up a weight class, taking a year off, getting bigger, and he looks good here.
No, he does. I think he's well suited for this weight class. Got some length, got some strength, both things that are going to be an advantage to him moving up to 141.
Drury putting a tough ride on this guy. His hips have not left the mat.
I've actually been really impressed. I think that Wyoming duel almost felt like it exposed, like, man, we're having a hard time riding guys. And it looks like UVU's put some time into, hey, we got to ride tough. We can't let these guys up. All three of these matches so far, they've really dictated what's going on as they ride on top.
Yeah, top position has been a highlight for Utah Valley tonight. Drury looking with that cross wrist. He's got the Iowa ride, or the ankle lock, with his left hand. He's hooking it, looking to lift that guy's knee off the mat. And another stall from North Dakota. And this time it equals a point. And a stall.
Both guys stalling. That's interesting.
So they stopped the match, or?
I don't understand that.
Well, they'll start them fresh either way. 9 seconds left, the first period. Kind of a quick turnaround. It got called stalling on North Dakota, and then a few seconds later, Utah Valley stalled. But just a warning. Drury throws that leg in. His time expires in the first round.
Good ride out that last little bit.
North Dakota gets choice. They'll defer. Utah Valley says we'll go bottom. Coach Williams.
Drury put a good ride on there. Minute 37 riding time. So you got to think he's got to fire up out. We don't want to waste any time and lose that riding time advantage.
He's quick to his feet.
Almost a switch over that put him into a position to step over in reverse, but
he's got the hand lock. The lock broke. He's looking to isolate that and gets the escape. Still holds riding time with a minute and 22 seconds.
The pace turns up again. I think Drexler understands. He's like, dude, I'm down 5 in the second period here. I got to make something happen. So he turns that pace up a little bit. Drury with good head position.
Drexler, within the first few seconds of the match, hit a pretty nice duck. Didn't get a good enough angle, but I'm looking for that duck again. I can tell he's timing that. Drury may be savvy to it. Pulls Russian tie here. Drexler wants nothing to do with it.
He pulled that out pretty hard. I would have dropped down, just pushing against my head. Here we go, another Russian tie by Drury. Both guys wrestling in the middle of the mat, keeping pace. It's looking good. Shot and a snap down. Another, that duck under, you said it, Jason, and a clean finish. Drexler comes on top.
30 seconds left in the period.
Drury's going to look to get out. We got 14 seconds riding time advantage, so he's got to make it happen pretty quick here.
Yeah, these end-of-period scores are super important. He scores with 20 seconds left, 6-3 for Utah Valley.
I think you called it. That duck under is slick. I think that's a go-to for Drexler. But Drexler ends up taking a way far-out shot. It's kind of a bummer as he gets held up under while the period expires here. So we're going to head into the third period with Drexler having choice.
I wouldn't be surprised if he chose neutral. He looks to his corner and looks like he is. So Drury going to want to watch for that duck. No shots from space. Keep your hands on him. Keep him tied up. And he does, and he pushes the pace. No stall warnings or calls in the second round at all.
3 in the first, though. That's good. I think that might be a big thing, too. Drury can really keep the pace here by owning the mat and keeping the motion going forward.
It was kind of forced there, but he's in deep. Drury, good job using that hip pressure.
He lets him recover here and is okay going to a lock in inside the crotch there.
No score. Drury's not in the best position.
Drury's got to pinch that left knee in and just hold tight, hoping for the stalemate here. Tight on the lock, tight on the knee, keep everything bundled up so there's no swim through here and no extension of the leg. Drexler trying to isolate those legs and step over.
Drexler doing a really good job. He's getting that pressure, putting Drury almost in danger. Drury just stays in his lock, and I think the ref's going to call stale here.
He's looking to break those legs and reach back for the head. Drury's got to stay tight. Drury's got to stay tight here. He's got it. He's got to bail. He's got to bail and get going.
That'll be 3 takedowns.
10
ties
seconds
the score up.
Oh, riding time still is of effect here. So Drury owns if he can own the center of the mat here without giving up a takedown, we win on that
he can
riding time
afford
criteria.
a stall, and he does take the stall. Gets
and a 1 point.
Technically up by a point with riding time. Drexler needs the takedown to win this match. 10 seconds left in the match.
Drury's got a circle. He's been warned for stalling. A point has been awarded to Drexler. 4 seconds left. And Drury's going to hang on for a 1 point riding time victory.
That'll be it.
Those of you watching, stay with us. We're going to a short break. UVU Wrestling, Big 12 Wrestling. See you soon.
How does Costa Vida create the ultimate sweet pork burrito? We start by following our award-winning recipe, one that calls for everything to be made fresh, from scratch every day. Like our beautifully braised pork, seasoned beans, savory sauces, and delicious cilantro lime rice. Even our tortillas are cooked to order. It's a difference you can taste. Treat yourself to the ultimate sweet pork burrito, only at Costa Vida.
I love this view.
I love that every time this commercial airs, I get to drink another Mountain Dew.
Welcome back to Lockhart Arena in Utah Valley University campus. We have Big 12 Wrestling, the Wolverines of Utah Valley taking on North Dakota State, the Bison.
Hey, some early action here. The first 3 matches out of the way. Utah Valley leads the duel 12-0 with a pin by Case Mauger and 2 decisions.
I like what I see. I like getting off to a nice, crisp start. All matches, but the 2 that actually went down to full time. Really good to see a strong finish. Hold on to those victories. Keep the pace. Own the middle
a lot
of the
of
mat.
time left in the duel. A lot of matches left to go. We're going to pick up the duel, though, at 149 pounds. Isaiah Delgado, final year of eligibility for this athlete, returning NCAA qualifier. He'll be wrestling Max Peterson, a redshirt freshman, for North Dakota State University Bison. Isaiah Delgado out of El Paso, Texas. been a staple on Utah Valley's lineup for the last few years.
As you come into the last few duels here, it's always kind of bittersweet. You got a guy that, oh, nice sweep single here.
Gets to his feet, gets put off the mat.
He almost got, reaches for the trip, gets behind. He's got to pick it up and readjust. He trips again.
I liked how he stepped between the legs there and tripped him from behind. Super savvy.
Almost looked like Isaiah got snapped, and he was like, okay, I'll take the snap into a shot.
I think he just felt it, yeah.
Timed that right.
Delgado, really gamey hand fighter.
Again, I'm feeling like a nice ride coming on where we're being tough on top. No, it's what I was going to say is bittersweet. You got these seniors. You've been a kind of a staple on the team for a number of years, and now we see you cheap tilt attempt there. Now we see we're in the last couple duels. So
didn't quite break the plane. Delgado still riding tough. He's got that leg in, hip off the mat, looking to maybe bar an arm. He's working the head.
Yeah, this is what's tough. I feel like when you leg ride, you got your opponent thinking, okay, I got to adjust and win the hip fight, my knee fight. Got to get my knees down. But then you got a guy that starts digging for arms and bar arm and chicken wing. That's a tough ride Isaiah's putting on.
Oh,
grabs the foot.
Snags the ankle before Peterson escapes there. Follows him back to the mat. Peterson doing a good job of getting back to his feet, getting a foot on the mat, staying in good position.
Out of bounds here.
Delgado extremely sticky here as they go out of bounds. Max Peterson out of Byron, Minnesota. A lot of the lineup at North Dakota State are Minnesota athletes.
There's good wrestling tradition up through the Midwest there.
Delgado just not letting him go here. There's a minute left in the first period.
Peterson tries a Granby roll and ends up trying to hip over, but Delgado follows. Oh, quick up and out. 50 seconds left.
Pace is kind of slowed down for both guys.
Oh, heavy hands. Nice job, both guys. A shot, but man, the head and down block was there. Didn't get far for Delgado.
Time runs out in the first period. Both guys on their feet. It'll be Utah Valley's choice.
Delgado was riding so dang tough, man. As we came back to the center after the out of bounds break, I would have loved to have seen him continue to just push that heavy ride on top. We end up getting that 1 point, and now riding time's ticking down. Does a good job to get to his feet, but gets returned back.
Yeah, it's nice to have that. He started with a 52-second pad where he was able to be ridden if necessary and still retain riding time, but he gets out. He one escape, puts the score at 4-1 for Isaiah Delgado.
Delgado does this head snap to a sweep. Now it's a head step to a high C and an immediate reshot. Delgado's got it.
That'll be 3 for North Dakota State.
Try to drop down, try to scramble with grabbing a leg and diving under, but Peterson does a good job to feel for that and actually combat that. All
Peterson
right.
kind of walks him out of bounds there. Wasn't able to return him.
Another shot here. Delgado's got to drop his. Oh, now it's a nice shot to a single.
Isn't super deep. Peterson really gamey here. Squares up with him, gets his hips on his head.
Oh, now he switches to a double. He's going to step across the body. Oh, if he could have thrown a leg in there,
yeah,
maybe get that control.
Peterson really stingy. And that looks like Peterson's opportunity to score. He's got an ankle and looking to crossface here. Peel that lock.
Both shots Delgado's put on here were deep. And, now he calls a stalemate. The referee calls a stalemate. Both were deep, but he lost position relatively fast. Man, Peterson, heavy hips and really, really tough to hold on to that correct position.
Short time.
So Delgado's getting the shots. We got to keep that position and finish on through. Short time, 10 seconds. Outside shot.
And that'll be it for the second period. It'll be North Dakota State's choice going into the third. He chooses neutral. Delgado still with riding time, point ahead. 5-4 is the match score.
I'd like to see Peterson with some offense. I feel like the real opportunities he's had have come off of Delgado's offense. So the defensive wrestler here, he's turning that into his own offense. Another outside shot. Oh, here we go.
That was
3 shots in a row.
Some space and
Delgado seemed content to.
Peterson does get the score here. 3-point takedown. Bumps him ahead, 7-5.
Granby roll. Delgado got to get his knees up under him. Peterson riding tough now. Delgado's hips pinned to the mat.
Peterson effectively erases riding time. A minute left in the match. As looks like they're going out of bounds. Peterson keeping a toe in. The ref will call it there.
Plenty of time here. 2-point deficit for Delgado. Quick fire out here with an escape and a takedown or a reversal is going to make this match very interesting.
Delgado quick to his feet. Peterson's a really good return there. 40 seconds left in the period.
Delgado, 30 seconds to make something happen.
Peterson putting on a really good ride as time expires. 15 seconds. That'll be it for the match. Peterson pulls ahead 7-5, winner by decision. I think he just smelled blood in the water going into the third period. Coaches say choose neutral, and he got the takedown and put on a really good ride to end the match.
Well, and actually one of the things I was saying is that he was scoring a lot out of defensive, like re-attack. But then right after I said that, man, Peterson put on a series of 3 or 4 shots all in a row. That chain wrestling, just too much for Delgado to fight against. So, okay, we're next. We're at 157 pounds.
Landon Johnson, another Minnesota native representing the Bison. Taller guy for wrestling, 6'2" at 157 pounds. Who's wrestling Alex Emmer. Redshirt sophomore from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Both guys vying for position here, kind of filling each other out. Emmer with an attempt there.
Interesting, because he shot and then pulled his arm back and ended up exposing himself. Emmer looking to break this lock. It's almost like there's almost a cradle attempt.
Yeah, did a good job of fixing that mistake there, and he's back in on the leg.
He's got to try to change up, goes to double, gets hip whipped over, but now we're still scrambling.
That's 3 there. Oh, ref doesn't see it. UVU crowd calling for it. They said action kept going. Both guys still on their feet. Didn't quite have control there on the edge of the mat.
I feel like wrestling, sometimes the taller opponent, they got some leverage and they got hips that it's just sometimes unlike you felt before, especially a guy, 6'2" and 157-pound weight class. It's not a style that maybe you've seen very often. It's fun to watch.
Emmer back in on that underhook. Alex Emmer does really good job of getting in the underhook and then hitting a righty high C. He goes for a shot attempt there. Still none by Landon Johnson. Ref might be looking at a stall warning the next go. Another attempt. Utah Valley crowd looking for that stall.
Snap down there. Oh, and a shot.
Another one
and a
gets
stall.
the stall finally. And that'll be it for the round.
Hey, Emmer put on, he owned some positions. He opened up some opportunities. He got to the hips a couple times. No finishes, but earning that stall is big. That dictates what happens down in the second and third period. So nice job by Emmer.
Yeah, back to business as usual. Emmer goes neutral. Looking to keep the pace alive, and he's in on a leg. Johnson sitting. He's got some reach there with that left leg.
Emmer's got to try to swim his arm out in between the body. He stays here in the high C.
Emmer's strong in that position. He goes one-handed to slide into better position. He's looking to slide, but Johnson does a good job blocking, and he does. He swims it out.
But now, man, weirdly enough, you think he'd be in a double leg finish, that would be something that we'd score out of here. But Johnson holds on.
Yeah, Johnson knowing when to block with his knee and also to sit back with that crotch lock.
I'll tell you, this is where that length comes in. I mean, he's able to pinch his knees. He's able almost, look, he's half draped over the back of Alex Emmer. Deep lock inside the crotch.
Ref's going to call stale here. North Dakota State coaching staff would really like to see Johnson score in that position, but they'll go back to their feet.
Johnson digging for the underhook here on the edge of the mat. Oh, nice changeup and a shot.
They wind up hitting the barrier there on that out of bounds.
Good turn of direction. I mean, Emmer had his back to the edge of the circle, but he turns and shoots out. Not a bad job.
Emmer wrestled most of his prep career in the 505 before transferring north to Utah. He wrestled for Pleasant Grove High School his senior season, and then wound up committing to Utah Valley. Emmer in on that left leg.
Short time.
5 seconds here. Johnson being stingy.
I'm telling you, man, these guys, they got that length. They're tough riders. They're stingy on their feet, so hard to score on because they just got these appendages that just make it so hard to score. Oh. And Johnson chooses, or excuse me, Johnson chooses top.
He's looking to get some riding time or turn here.
It's kind of what I was just alluding to. They're tough on top. They're stingy on their feet. They blanket you.
Emmer to his feet.
Emmer trying to switch.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what their game plan is there.
Ride out for a win. You got a guy that can blanket. Got a guy that's got these long arms, got these legs with a leg ride. Here we go.
Emmer creates some space.
Emmer now ending up in a...
Goes for that leg, but prematurely.
Almost got a Granby attempt here, too. Oh, he doesn't win that hand control. Gotta move.
Utah Valley crowd wanting Emmer to escape here as Johnson gets riding time.
A little bit of parallel riding. Other thing to note is that Peterson has been warned for stalling, and there we go. We got a point awarded to Utah Valley for stalling. Again, it was pretty parallel, and I kind of saw that there wasn't a lot of coming off to the side.
Coach Blanc wants to chat with the ref about that. He felt as though his athlete was looking for turns, looking to get a score there instead of just riding. This stall was an important point. You know, you said in the first round this pays dividends down the road and effectively negates the riding time that he was looking to accrue here. And so score is technically tied up, potentially sending it into overtime unless Emmer can score from bottom. Another thing about Coach Blanc approaching the table and chatting with the ref is it gives the athletes time to take a break. Quick breather there, 30 seconds, you know. Might have given Emmer a burst of energy so he can sprint the last 30, and he's quick to his feet.
Emmer doing a good job keeping motion even on bottom here, keeping his knees underneath him, staying balled up, doesn't want to have a leg ride come in, doesn't want to be held down here. Going to look for him to knee slide and get that weight behind him to come up to his hands, come up to his feet. Granby attempt out, and he escapes almost to a reversal.
There'll be no score there. Oh, ref says loss of control. Coaches at North Dakota State University are not okay with this. They're looking to throw the brick. The ref wants to chat about that. It was close. It was close. I think they're going to video review it. Maybe we could take a peek at it too in the replay.
So what we're going to look for is like an obvious loss of control, right? So here we go on a replay.
Johnson with that spiral claw.
Granby attempt here.
Emmer hits the roll and hits an angle.
That's a
Johnson
tough one.
still had a kneecap, right? He still had his hand on the back of the knee as they went out of bounds. It's like, did he lose control or were they out of bounds or both?
Yeah, I feel like this one might come back, even though Emmer did a good job with that Granby and control was lost for a split second. There's that tiny bit of reaction time where he ends up coming back and getting into that single leg, and then we also go out of bounds. This is going to be an interesting call that the ref's going to have to make.
Emmer relishing this another break here as
well. Here's the other thing too. This challenge comes right at the right time. Let's see what he.
Okay.
Referee says that Johnson had control of the leg. No escape is being awarded. Okay.
Right. He kept with that right hand. He had the knee.
14
Emmer
seconds
quick
still
to his
here.
feet again.
Emmer can win this with an escape. Going to try to high hip it and step over here.
Looking to hip, but Johnson has that half in.
Johnson just stingy on top, too.
That'll be it for regulation. Match is tied up. Riding time.
Well, here's the deal.
They'll go into the third overtime.
We had a little bit of a break where the ref had the review. Got a overtime sudden victory here. Here's the deal. Guys got a little breather. I feel like Emmer's had created, we'll call, more of the shots. But, man, Johnson's tough to score on with that length.
Yeah, no finishes. Johnson quick to go underhook. Emmer
in
getting
a good position on the edge of the mat. I feel like
Johnson's okay here.
Locking up, pulling him up on his head. Weirdly enough, this is turning into a weird scramble on the edge.
If Johnson doesn't score, and he does, he winds up scoring and getting near fall. We don't want to give up a pin here. Coach Williams walks over there to make sure that doesn't happen. So we give up the match, take down in overtime, but no fall. So it stays at a decision, puts the Bison on the board again with 2 decisions. 6-12 is the team score as we go into break.
We'll go into a break. Stay with us. Big 12 Wrestling, Utah Valley University. Welcome back to Utah Valley University. We have the Bison of North Dakota State in town for Big 12 Wrestling. Super stoked. We're up to 165 pounds. Excited for this. Brendan Howes going up against Tanner Lofthouse.
Yeah, Brendan Howes, another redshirt freshman for North Dakota State. Looking like their lineup is sprinkled with freshmen the entire way thus far. So extremely new team.
New team?
Cutting their teeth out here on the road at Utah Valley University. He'll be going up against Tanner Lofthouse, a junior at Utah Valley. So we're midway through the duel, 5 weights down. Score is 12-6 in favor of Utah Valley. What are your thoughts so far, Sam?
Well, I always look at halfway through. You go, okay, well, what's the match count? We happen to come away with those bonus points with the pin that Mauger came away with, and I feel like it's essentially to this point it's 3-2. We've won 3 matches, they've won 2. So we got to keep the pace, come away with victories out of these tight matches. I mean, Emmer's match was tight, close. Delgado, man, if he doesn't get ridden, that's a tight match. So here we are, 165 pounds.
Brendan Howes, another redshirt freshman for North Dakota State. Tanner Lofthouse in on the leg here.
Howes
steps over, actually in good position, looking to crossface and get the 3, and he scores here. Howes, another Minnesota native.
Oh, cradle attempt going on right there. Howes, tough riding. Claw right there.
Lofthouse does get to his feet. Howes looking to push him out before he scores here.
Still in bounds. Hands are in bounds. Foot is in bounds. We can score here. We
Looking
got
to score,
space to
trying
run
stay
inside.
in.
How's going to push him up out of here?
Not quite enough there.
Man, we had that hand control with an open mat to run out to, but that corner gets turned and we get pushed out.
Tanner Lofthouse. Looking to score here. Howes just really sticky on top. He's got that leg in now.
Howe's looking to lock up a lock and a cradle here. Ends up giving that up. Gathers the wrist down towards the body, looking for a chicken wing.
Tanner Lofthouse has a hold of that foot there, looking to pry out the boot.
Got to try to get both arms under it. Oh, and tilt attempt there. Roll through. Tripod up. Here we go.
Lofthouse with his first score of the match. Gets the escape. Lofthouse, one of the guys we're looking for to push the pace on Utah Valley's lineup. He's extremely hard worker. Always pushing it in the room. Part of being from Avon, Utah, Mountain Crest High School alumni. Just like Coach Ethan Lofthouse. We love having farm boys on the team and looking to have his work ethic pay off tonight.
On the edge right here, referee says, you know what, we're going to call stalemate. Lofthouse had a single leg, but head pinned down to the mat with heavy hips by Howes. So we're back in the middle. I feel like Howes has had good position with heavier hands. But like you said, Lofthouse pushing the pace.
10 seconds left in the first period. Not another shot attempt, but Lofthouse looks to get an angle.
Lofthouse choice in the second period, and he chooses down.
Tanner, the fourth Lofthouse to be on the Utah Valley lineup. Family tradition at this point. He scoops that boot there.
Both arms, both elbows got to come up under. He's got to dig that hand in and then push that leg away.
He got the right one in.
And then he lost it. He's got to put. Now he's got to push this leg away from him.
Yep, he's
Go
kind of
down
lifting
flat.
it up.
You want to push it away.
Now we need to start
away.
turning into him here. Get that. Still
Again,
get the
it's
boot
coming
out.
back. You got to push that boot away.
Yep.
Push
He's trying
that
to bury his
foot
head
away.
there, and I would just rather bench it out.
Me too. Go to my stomach, push it out, then finish on that. There you go. He's going to isolate this leg here.
Jeez, that was rough on that kneecap, I tell you what.
Lofthouse got to step over, hook that, and step over, swim his arm through.
Yep, we've been in this position several times tonight where we got to swim that right arm. Howes with the hips.
Coming out back, drive through.
Lofthouse with the chance to escape there, and instead he doubles down and goes back into his shot.
Here we go. He's got a hip isolated, though. But then we come out to a wizard position and a single leg. Lofthouse ability to cut a corner and perhaps lift and or pin that hip again.
Yep, so much pressure on that hip and that knee in this position. And Lofthouse is looking to score here before it goes still, and he gets the escape.
You know, that's like a catch-22 chasing because he's got a chance for a reversal, but ends up letting. Okay, we got it on the edge of the mat wrestling, just like we're out of bounds. He kind of
Lofthouse comes
that.
back at him. I would have touched probably the screen or whatever's behind him and
try to get that fresh start. Yeah.
20 seconds left.
No, but you end up scrambling trying to get a reversal, and that riding time keeps raking up, and
Riding time currently locked in for North Dakota State. Scores effectively 4-2 in favor of Howes. Lofthouse keeping his hands on him.
oh, gets snapped down on the edge with short time. You don't want that to happen.
Howes really gainy, good hips. Loves being in that wizard position. Not too uncomfortable with Tanner Lofthouse in on his leg.
How's choice?
He'll go bottom. I mean, he could get rode the entire match and be all right. Coach Williams giving some instruction from the corner. He says, look for the turn. If not, we got to cut him. We don't want to give up a reversal here. Tanner, the head in the armpit, looking to bar up that right arm of Howes.
kind of high. He's not covering hips. This is not good because, all right. Don't want to give up that reversal.
Yeah, Howe's looking to score here.
Got to get that whizzer and stomp that foot down to the mat. Howe barely trips, and Lofthouse goes down almost into a cradle, but a reversal comes on now. So what we got to do? This is, riding time starting to roll back up. 1 minute left.
Yeah, Lofthouse will need an escape and a takedown at least.
Iowa right in a crossface. Lofthouse got to free that elbow out, get his head up and his knees underneath him.
Lofthouse looking to break a lock here. On the edge of the mat. Gets warned for stalling on bottom. And that will be it for the match as Lofthouse finishes on his feet with no escape. Final score 6-2 in favor of House from North Dakota State University. Bumps the team score up to 9-12 for Utah Valley. Utah Valley starting off hot.
Yep.
Going 3-0 and then 0-3.
Yep.
That's
so we're 3-3.
3-3
right?
in the duel. 4 matches to go.
Okay, this is a tough one. This is the highest ranked Bison coming in. Gavin Sachs, number 18 ranked, going up against Caleb Uhlenhop. Oh, just a snatch single. Body locks.
Body locks to a throw. Nothing quite yet.
No takedown
He throws
yet.
the leg in from neutral.
Nothing
Interesting
yet. No.
return.
Yeah, really interesting. Almost like a straight down return.
Caleb, a redshirt freshman, one of our younger guys on the Utah Valley lineup out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Extremely unorthodox, has some tricks up his sleeve, but Sachs putting a turn on him. He's getting back points.
It's an interesting turn here. Now it goes into a cradle. Turns into 4 near fall. Score 7-0. The lock breaks, so now he's got another cradle. He's going to go back for another 4-point near fall here. No near fall yet, the ref says, but there goes the count. Shoulders way up off the mat. I think this is more an adjustment. Could bring those shoulders down to the mat. Uhlenhop's got to keep those shoulders off. It's almost like a tilt. Points have been scored. He's isolated this leg. Uhlenhop's got to push this leg away, get his hips down to the mat, and push that.
Gets another 4 near fall for North Dakota State, Gavin Sachs. Uhlenhop does a good job of isolating that leg and getting his foot out, but Sachs still sticky there.
Oh, he's stacked up. Bad position for Uhlenhop. He's got to try to get to the side.
Same position, looking to maybe swim his right arm out. And that's a tech in the first period. Just raked up 4 after 4 after 4, plus the 3-point takedown.
Yeah, I mean, that just goes to show you that 4-point near fall makes it super tough. Guys, we're going to go to a short break. Number 18, Gavin Saxon over Caleb Uhlenhop. Stay with us. Big 12 Wrestling at Utah Valley University with the Bison of North Dakota State. Stay tuned.
Hey, it's all right. Don't worry. Relax. It's okay.
Hi. How are you feeling?
you so much. We are back at Utah Valley University. Action with the Bison of North Dakota State University and the Utah Valley University Wolverines. Up to this point, what do you think, Jason?
Hey, some good wrestling. Utah Valley came out hot, 3 wins in a row, and North Dakota State University Bison just rallied back with 4 wins of their own. Puts the team score at 14-12. Utah Valley down by 2. We go into the last 3 matches.
So we were talking as we went to the break. We got Adam Sharon, a freshman. He's going to go up against Mohanrai Russian, who we got a little bit of experience. He's a junior.
For North Dakota State, Adam Journey. Taking on your Wolverine, number 26 in the country,
Jacob Armstrong actually wrestling for Utah Valley at 184 tonight.
Okay. We knew that was going to be a game-time decision, so.
Cherney, true freshman here, another Minnesota native, wrestling probably one of the oldest athletes in Division I right now with Jacob Armstrong.
Redshirt senior through the COVID years. Armstrong heavy down on the head here. Came out with a lockup and almost a throw.
Jacob, extremely technically sound, well-versed, really savvy in a lot of positions, and really strong.
So dang strong. Ranked 26th. We weren't sure if he was going to make the lineup tonight, but good to have him on. One of our more seasoned wrestlers here in his senior year, looking to win, kind of position himself to be ranked and be considered for that conference and national tournament.
An opportunity here for Cherney, looking for maybe an upset as he takes a shot in on Jacob Armstrong.
Armstrong double under.
Armstrong with a shot of his own. He's in deep. He does swim that left hand out and gets the 3. Cherney bellies down there on the edge of the mat. They go back in for a fresh start. Armstrong on top with 16 seconds of riding time.
Armstrong with a spiral ride, and he reaches across to that wrist. Really controlling the top position here. Tripod, though. Cherney does a good job to just earn that escape.
Yeah, Jacob decides to cut him there towards the end, but like I said, Jacob extremely savvy, 3-time high school state champ coming out of Salem Hills High School, not too far from this campus. Originally wrestled at Nebraska, Big Ten school, before transferring to Utah Valley, be back home. Armstrong doing a good job controlling the center of the mat. Kind of forced Cherney to take a shot. And
so strong. I mean, you see that Cherney grabs a shot, and Armstrong just pulls him down to the side.
Grabs him by his hip and just
grabs him by his hip and throws him down. Armstrong extremely strong.
Yeah, he does a good job of stalking him forward. Watch Cherney kind of slowly back up. They get to the edge of the mat, and he has to take a shot or get called stall. So North Dakota's choice, he'll go bottom. Cherney proven that he can escape here. Armstrong with 44 seconds of riding time thus far, looking to push it over that 1-minute crest.
doing a good job. Again, this is what earned him the escape last period. A tripod and then just really elusive on his hips.
Armstrong with a kind of a gritty return there to make sure he gets riding time. And
I think, though, you know, Cherney does a good job. He does all the tripod, but then he doesn't attack the hands. And so when you're doing that, it's almost like he's just kind of there. He ends up getting returned because he's not attacking those hands.
Right.
So Armstrong capitalizes on that.
North Dakota crowd wanting Cherney to get his head up here, look for and create distance. And he's almost out and earns that escape point. Armstrong with a good amount of riding time as there's a minute left in the second period.
Armstrong nice and low. Cherney a little tall, but has good motion and good level change. I've noticed that. Yet to see a strong shot out of him, that strength of Armstrong. Oh, there goes that shot. Nice job, but Armstrong's so dang heavy there, and he comes to that double under again. I guess I got to take that back. Cherney has had a number of shots, and again, Armstrong down blocks, goes up underhook or double underhook.
Yeah, Armstrong looking to dig these underhooks as he creates a little bit of action here.
He's reaching, trying to close that distance. But again, a shot that far away is going to be really hard to score on Armstrong just because of the strength of his hips and the strength of his down block.
Jacob goes near ankle, keeps the head pinched, and scores 3. As time winds down, those end of the period scores are vital in college wrestling. That'll be it for the second period. Utah Valley gets choice. Armstrong look to a corner. Coach Williams says go bottom. He has a padding with his riding time. He's got a 6-2 lead. Extremely safe position here. Cherney might be a wizard on top.
Well, he's got. I've always said this, and me as a wrestler, the guys that were lanky just made it so hard. And Cherney's got some length. Doesn't really cover, doesn't really make a hard attempt at a ride, but Armstrong earns that 1-point escape, and now we're back on our feet.
You know, technically, just looking ahead, Armstrong can afford to be taken down. We don't want to see it. Actually, if he could score again, that would put him in major territory and do a lot for the team score here.
Oh, God.
He gets that near ankle again. He loves keeping that head pinched. A lot of guys go crossface near ankle. He goes head pinch.
Head pinch near ankle, yep. Cherney, again, I feel like he's got tries from the outside. We get warned for stalling. You know, the ref's going to listen. Cherney's putting on the shots. We got to see some action out of Armstrong.
Yeah, Cherney really pushing the pace, teeing off on him.
Cherney's
got a minute left to try to make up the deficit.
Cherney is shooting straight on. It's going to be very difficult. Armstrong is low to the mat, and again, very, very strong. He's got to put his hands on, make some motion, and actually create an angle so that he can get through those hips.
Kind of fed him a leg there. He timed it weird.
Step over and hook that. He's got to step over and hook those legs. Armstrong's got to crawl up the body and gets the 3 points.
Armstrong in major territory right now as they go stale. 39 seconds left in the period and the match. Armstrong has done a good job of riding. I haven't seen as many turn attempts as I would like.
Well, here he goes. He's got a cross wrist covering the hips, which is good. Oh!
Ooh, catches that roll. Maybe the ref might have called a near fall there if he was a little better angled.
Cherney ducked his head, tried for that Granby. Oh, Armstrong ends up giving him the escape.
Cuts him with short time, but it's risky to risk the major. He doesn't give it up, though, as time expires, so that'll be a major decision for Jacob Armstrong, 11-3, bumping UVU back into the lead.
All right, 4-4, two matches left, and I know I say 4-4. I look at, you know what, if we can come away with victories, it's actually astounding. I've paid attention the last duels this year, even ones that we've had away preseason. UVU has close matches where, you know, it's 5-5, but the bonus point victory. So we had the pin, and we had Armstrong coming away now with that major decision. That makes a difference. That makes a difference. Now, North Dakota State, they had their own tech fall with the Uhlenhop match, but you know what? Here we go, up to 197.
Yeah, Evan Bachman, currently Utah Valley's favorite wrestler, facing off against Spencer Mooberry, a sophomore, another young buck for North Dakota State University, this time out of Iowa, Osage High School. Evan, an Alaskan native, currently ranked 17th in the country, redshirt junior.
Bachman had some great results coming out of the Reno Tournament of Champions, coming out of our away duels in the Iowas with Northern Iowa as well as Iowa State.
In on a high C.
Oh, but a heavy
hips
hip.
right into him, and Bachman gets the takedown. Quite a scramble there. Mooberry, no slouch.
Well, Mooberry, you see, man, he's stacked. He's got heavy hips. Actually, you know, similar physique. I've always said, man, Bachman, his legs, his hips, his power, he's strong. I think he's got a guy that's equally yoked there and equally matched.
Bachman only 5'8", 197 pounds. About as stout as they come. Like we've been chatting this season, he's being a little more multi-dimensional. You know, he's got a few things that are his go-to, but now he's earning some more techniques as he's worked in the room with some of the coaches, and extremely excited to see how he does in the postseason.
Well, you don't have to do a ton of things okay. You got to do a couple things real good, and Bachman always had a really, really nice high C shot, but now he's actually mixed it up. He's got some other tools in his arsenal, or another tools in his belt here to open up opportunities for scoring. You know what? I want to have there's a correction. We thought that Mooseberry was the wrestler going up against Bachman. It looks like they weighed in too. Lathan Duda is the wrestler that we have. So Duda up against Bachman here.
Yeah, our mistake, North Dakota State University fans. Broken Bow, Nebraska native, also a sophomore, facing off against Evan Bachman. Both guys on their feet here.
Oh, nice little low-level snatch single.
Yeah, Bachman quick to hips down, goes near ankle.
Man, he turns that. Gosh.
There's a lot of torque there.
That's a lot of torque, and Bachman does a good job to get a little bit of limp leg to lose that isolation of his hips, and he actually runs that thing right around for a three-point takedown. Bachman covering the hips. Don't want to do that too much where we're riding parallel. I see the ref going, hey, let's start working for an angle here, Bachman. With short time, you don't want to just eke this out and maybe earn, you don't want to be warned on that stall warning. You got to finish out the period strong.
That'll be it for the first period.
So Duda defers and Bachman chooses down here in the second period.
Bachman quick to that tripod position, isolates an arm, but Duda returns him with one hand into a roll. Bachman really gamey with those rolls. Get in on the shot rolls, go to return rolls.
Duda, awesome attempt at that return. I think most wrestlers, man, you're going to return in spectacular fashion, but Bachman just one little tiny step ahead. He ends up turning it into a roll and an escape. Gosh, that was cool.
Some athleticism there, boys.
That was high flying. Oh,
Bachman
sweet.
back in on his high C.
That high C.
Chases down that far ankle and
just
gets the
bull
three on
rushes
the edge.
through.
Yeah, he
Nice job by
just
Bachman.
trucks him there. So Bachman currently up 10-1. Anything short of a tech still puts North Dakota State in striking distance to close the gap in the heavyweight bout.
Coach Williams is like, hey, I understand what Chase and you just shared. Listen, we put this away with a pin or a tech fall, that wins us the duel. So Bachman doing as Coach said, hey, let's go single or let's go neutral, and let's start going for that high C or single leg that I'm so good at.
Right, we got to go tech here or look for a takedown to his back and get the pin.
It's right here. It's within striking distance for sure. 47 seconds.
Coach Williams would like to see Bachman hit another shot besides his high C here.
Another low-level attempt here.
He goes front head, near ankle.
And he's going to truck him through here.
30 seconds.
Takedown.
They're saying, hey, go for the turn instead. They're going to have him ride.
So with the, as we go into the third period, you think it's going to be Duda's choice. Oh, and a tilt opportunity there, but nothing came of it. You got to think Duda's probably not going to want to get ridden. We got 2 minutes of riding time. What do you think Duda chooses?
They're telling him to go bottom, but I think Bach will cut him or optional start. Coach Lofthouse giving him the instructions here. Says go neutral. Not even optional start, just start, give him a free point. With the rule change, those takedowns going up to 3 points. That's guys that are dominant on their feet. They can really rack up the score here.
So we got to look at this. Need a couple takedowns in order to secure that tech fall victory. Bach's got this. He's got it in his arsenal to create opportunities for this score. But he needs 2 takedowns, and there's a minute, essentially a minute left, so we got to go. Or a takedown and a turn. High C.
Just timed it. He's in on the shot. Duda looking to cut that, but Bachman just doubles off and scores there.
All right, we got to cut him right now.
Coach Williams whistling at him. Say, Bach, one more.
One more. 46. He's got time to do it. This is going to do it. Bachman's got it. Duda standing straight up. A little level change or change up out of that tie. Bachman can hit that. A low level. Well, not really low level.
He'll go near ankle and try to cut this corner here.
We don't want to waste this time here. He's got to keep going. He's cut the corner.
Breaks the lock.
Breaks the lock. He's got to keep running. Got to finish now.
That'll be a takedown. Three. That's a technical fall. Puts UVU out of reach.
Which is good. We needed that victory. We still got one match, but you know what? That wins us the duel.
Yeah, and I mean this could affect who they put on the mat. You know, they maybe want Jack Forbes, a sophomore, to get some experience instead of Chase Trussell, our trusted redshirt senior, without as much risk. Devin Dawson, a junior, he's had some interesting matches. He actually wrestled really tough against Nebraska in their duel, but Utah Valley chooses Chase Trussell out of Morgan, Utah.
Trussell. Love watching him wrestle. I feel like I've always felt like he was David and Goliath against some of these other heavyweights.
Yeah, quite a bit smaller than Dawson, but you can always count on Chase to fight.
Great fighter. He's, I feel like because of the big change between, you know, where you can weigh in as heavyweight. We'll say anything over 197 or 200 pounds all the way up to 275 pounds. There's a lot of variation in that heavyweight, and so you get guys of all shapes and sizes. Trussell in that area, gamey, light, nimble, low to the ground. Dawson, a transfer from Pratt Community College, where he wrestled for 3 years there. He's a 3-time National Junior College All-American, also a national finalist at heavyweight.
Yeah, Dawson, no slouch. He's been one of their more, as a junior, he's one of the oldest or more experienced guys on their lineup this season. Trussell gets the Russian tie, pushes into it, and kind of loses it there.
Ear-to-ear tie. Sometimes hard to create out of that. Big guys are used to it. You see a lot of opportunity come when we go forehead to forehead and get, okay, there's that Russian tie. Angle here. Trussell got an angle by moving his feet with that Russian tie. Dawson, though, squares up right here in the match. Okay, a change up.
Changed directions, didn't actually capitalize there.
Man, he changed that direction a little bit. Exposed. He could have dropped to a single or double leg right there. But Dawson squares up and makes it hard to hit that shot. Short time here in the first period. Both guys, you know, tied up, vying for position. Little change-ups, little opportunities, but nothing big here.
That'll be it for the first period. Scoreless going into the second round. It'll be Utah Valley's choice. Trussell will go bottom.
I don't know. Dawson's big, man. He's big.
Nah, Chase is super strong.
He's going to fire up right here. He knee slides. It goes to a switch. Again, as long as he keeps those hips from being covered. Nice escape. Chasing right out. Bam.
Trussell with the 1-0 lead. Looking to create some offense on their feet.
Kind of deadlocked here. When you got a guy like this, we'll keep going ear to ear, chasing. Okay, now we got a little bit of action.
Oh, an underhook.
Dawson tries to push that or throw that underhook by to go for a high C. But what do you do? I mean, it's deadlocked. These guys just kind of like trying to create that pressure for some change-ups.
I don't know. I wrestled 25s. I always imagined them ear to ear just chatting about what they had for lunch earlier. But that might be a little disrespectful to our heavyweight fans out there, so I apologize. Extreme athletes.
Well, here we go. Trussell Trussell with a Russian tie, but time expires before he can do anything with it. Dawson chooses down. So, hey, you ride out, you win the match, right, Jason?
Yes, sir. Trussell pretty tough on top. He's got some pins throughout his career. Holding down Dawson looks to be a test. Dawson knee slides and hits a roll there.
I was worried about
Gets the better of
and
him.
a leg ride.
Not quite a score.
All right. So, listen, I actually think, Trussell giving that up, kind of just saying, you know what, I'm not going to go for the hips. I'm not going to really scramble here anymore. He gives up the escape, but I think he avoids either getting rolled to his back or at worst, at best, that reversal. So comes away with an escape. Now we're back again, deadlock. Riding time not really a factor. About a minute 20 left here in the third. It's anybody's match.
Yeah, guys have been filling each other out for 2 rounds. See if they can put something together on their feet.
That's the first shot Dawson's take. Nice job. He changes levels. He tries for that double leg, but it's straight on. So
Trussell back to his bread and butter. He goes.
Oh, nice job of pushing that post by, and he goes to a sweep single. But
Dawson gets a foot on the mat.
Yeah, he's so heavy, dude. That big leg, tough to get to.
Trussell goes left side Russian tie, then right side underhook to that shot. It's pretty tricky. .30 seconds left in the match. Score is tied 1-1. So much pressure between those two guys pushing on each other. Trussell looking at the clock, 10 seconds. We're going into overtime.
Here we go. Let's get this crowd. Our announcer says, let's go on your feet. It's overtime. Anybody's match.
Final bout of the night. Takedown wins it.
Oh, Dawson with a little bit of change up there. Chases that shot. Still deadlocked. Another shot attempt by Dawson.
Dawson looking bullish here in overtime.
Wants to win this. 1:18 left. 2-minute overtime period. I appreciate that. I mean, Trussell is like, listen, I don't have to force anything. I think he knows just diving underneath Dawson's going to be a death wish, but we get hit for stalling. So we got to keep going in the middle. Dawson has had more of that action where he's actually shot. So Trussell's got to create some opportunity. A change up to a shot. Didn't force
get
it.
To the leg.
He's got a body lock.
Both guys, they break their glocks there.
But that's exactly what I was talking about. I mean, he's not going to go underneath. He doesn't have to force anything, but he can take his time to a little pass by. To a,
Trussell
gets
him off the mat.
And it's
He's
inside
crazy.
trip. Oh, man, and
Back
another
in,
shot
back
back in. He's going to try to
He
sit.
sits in there.
He's going to sit. He's got to swim his arm through.
3 points. That'll be the takedown. Chase Trussell pulls it out. In overtime with 10 seconds left, Chase Trussell seals the deal for Utah Valley with the decision. Final score, UVU 24, North Dakota State University 14.
Trussell wanted that. I appreciate that. He's amped. The team's amped. So we come away with a team victory, 24-14. Those last 2 matches meant a lot, Chasen. We do have a couple exhibition matches. We will be staying and streaming those. So stay with us. We're going to have 2 exhibition matches. Utah Valley Wrestling, North Dakota State Wrestling. All right, we are up at 141 pounds. Again, an exhibition match that's taking James Emmer, a redshirt sophomore. He's going up against Walker Betts, a redshirt freshman as well. Or excuse me, redshirt freshman. Emmer, a redshirt sophomore.
Yeah, James Emmer, brother to Alex Emmer, who wrestled at 57s tonight.
Double under here. Emmer pinning his head down below with a double under. Looks for some opportunity to score off of that.
Both guys vying for position here.
Man, Emmer's shot almost kept his hand up and got pulled right off into a Russian. Interesting position for Betts to shoot on. Outside shot to an underhook.
A little bit of action here on the edge of the mat. Minute left in the first period.
Shot here, Emmer's in. He chooses to stay low even though he had the knee extended and the leg extended. He chooses to go low, but now we're in a really funky position. I feel like the ref's going to call, potentially dangerous. He says, you know what, we don't want anybody to get hurt here. So he calls potentially dangerous. We'll get a reset. Short time, 3 seconds. Bentz chooses down. Oh, big return by Emmer. Man, that was high flying.
Still scoreless in the second period.
Leg ride to almost an opportunity for a guillotine here, but he loses
Emmer
the
looking
leg.
tough on top, but
Ends up giving up that escape there. You know, that's creates that scramble, ends up getting out. Another shot in here by Emmer, but not enough penetration, so we come back out to a tie here.
30 seconds left in the second period.
Change up there. Touch and go here. Sweep
Emmer
single.
looking lively on his feet now. Draws a stall warning. Again, he gets the point this time, ties the score up.
Emmer's earned that. He's created a lot of opportunities, pushed the pace, gets stalled in the first, gets a warning in the first, and then ends up earning that stall point in the second. So actually great advantage, because now he goes down in the third. Let's look for him to fire out quickly, gain that 1 point advantage with an escape. Oh, steps over.
Not quite.
Man, steps over,
He
but
had him
then
in
doesn't get
danger a
heavy
little bit.
enough. Yeah. Earns that escape pretty quick, though. Immediately to an underhook, again, pushing that pace. Double under here. He's had this a couple times now. Obviously, bringing it up high. Again, going high. Oh, locks. Doesn't pinch the head. When you do that lock, you got to pinch the head. Oh, he drops down to a high C, but then gets rolled. He sits him on his rear. He's going to look to isolate that hip and swim his arm through. He's got the foot elevated and isolated. Bet's just trying to hold on and perhaps even roll through. A swim through and a swim out and a lock behind the back is going to make the difference here.
It looks like he's trying to pop his head out. He's got him on his butt, and that'll be 3.
3-point takedown. Nicely earned by Emmer. Emmer still riding tough. Tight waist ride with an Iowa ride here. Staying behind the elbows. Spiral here. Emmer come away with a victory over Betts of North Dakota State.
Final match of the evening, another exhibition. Tyson Humphreys representing Utah Valley. Tyson, an alumni of Layton High School in Layton, Utah. Had a brother, Braden Humphreys, wrestled at Utah Valley as well. Before him, extremely good pedigree. In the probable lineup at 57s, they went with Alex Emmer tonight. Humphreys only a redshirt sophomore. A couple more years of eligibility if he so chooses.
Humphreys, I like his level. He's keeping his level low, wrestling in the middle here, looking to touch and go. Oh, nice change-up. That was great chain wrestling. He had an underhook. He changed up out of it. Ends up turning this into a single leg on the outside, but he's got to keep him in. I bring it back in and bring it higher. Little too short, man. Greenlee, oh, again, it tries to kick for it. Greenlee's tall or taller, got that leg. Humphrey's having a hard time tripping this down. I'd like to go just higher. Treetop it up, make it a little bit higher, get a little bit closer for that trip. And he dives, but, man, Greenlee's very flexible. Goes straight down into the splits. It's almost like he knew that was coming. He dropped like a sack of potatoes. So Humphrey still has an angle here. He's got to keep chasing the angle. But, man, Greenlee turns the corner and comes up in a shot of his own. Humphrey's got to keep his leg away, sit on the head, and keep that hand control. Turns out.
Dances out of there. He's still out of bounds. Worked his way back in.
Oh, man.
10 seconds left.
What a change of bids. Man, Jason, you got a guy. You got a guy that's got a single leg for that long.
You got to score there. Climb the leg, shorten the distance.
You just try to go, hey, I got a nice lock and try to gather the legs together. Or you go, no, I'm going to treetop and bring that to the tip top and get closer and trip down.
Right, and sometimes you're rushed, but, I mean, he had time. It wasn't like time was running out or anything, so they'll go into the second period. Looks like North Dakota has choice. He'll go bottom.
Oh, 3 takedown there. That was like well timed by Greenlee. He saw, oh man, spike down. I looked like
right on his shoulder.
No, I think Greenlee saw a heavy foot and a heavy hand coming in at the same time and just timed and dropped the level to that single leg shot. Now he's riding tough on top, isolating that one arm with the head in the armpit. Humphrey's got to, I mean, he's earned the position to stand, but, man, he's got to, I think he's using his hands to try and balance him, you know, on Greenlee's hips, but you got to fight those hands. The only way to get out is to break that lock by either changing your level, putting it on your hip, or actually attacking that lock with your own hands.
30 seconds left in the second period. One of those end-of-period scores would be
that'd be clutch right now.
Also want to negate that riding time from creeping up.
Humphrey puts a foot on the mat.
Does get
again. Look, he's blocking.
His hands there to try to block the hips.
I don't understand.
Gets returned to that shoulder again.
All right, time expires.
Humphrey's looking to the corner. He goes neutral.
Yeah, I'd go neutral too. So Humphrey's had some good options, a couple shots out of that first period that looked decent. He's got to keep that pace. He's got nice motion. He's low to the mat. So he's got to make some opportunity here with both heavy hands and quick feet for an angle. Greenlee looks in good position, though. Doesn't look tired. He looks fresh. His down block is there. His feet keep moving.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to expose himself or do anything crazy. Just score if the opportunity's there. And Tyson needs to push the pace.
Little fakes. Got to turn it up. He's got a minute. I think Greenlee knows. He's like, listen, I'll wrestle you right here in the middle. I'll keep heavy hands in good position. He's got a hand down low, blocking any kind of shots on that lead leg. Hands are low, good position. I mean, it's technically real nice. Humphrey's got to start getting heavier and turning up that motion. Okay, well. I was going to say Humphrey. Oh, nice shot. Oh.
Needs to go again there.
Shot to
20 seconds
reshot.
left.
Outside shot down low. And he ends up gathering the legs together. But Humphreys is still body locked here. Oh, but he gives up that defense and ends up bailing out.
Also
Short
gives
time.
up riding time here. Puts North Dakota into a major decision as time runs out.
Well, hey. Bowden Greenlee, redshirt freshman from North Dakota State, comes away with the victory in that exhibition match at 157 pounds. That's it, Jason. What do you think?
Final team score, Utah Valley 24, North Dakota State 14. As the teams shake hands at the end of the duel.
Listen,
Fans, stick with us tomorrow. We have a duel against South Dakota State University. Same time, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
guys, that's going to be a big one. Don't forget, number 11th ranked South Dakota State, the Jackrabbits coming in to take on the Wolverines. Thank you for joining us tonight. Sam Allen and Chasen Tolbert signing off from Utah Valley University.
Thanks. Have a good night.